Wuthering Heights, the famous English novel by Emily Bronte for the students of BS and MS English Literature. Video number 78. This is an audiobook summary narrated by Idris Khan, and the credit goes to Professor Sir Ahmad Farid, my mentor and a great human being. The plot goes like this. The novel starts with a gentleman, Lockwood, who has rented Thrushcross Grange from Mr. Heathcliff, who himself is living in Wuthering Heights. Mr. Lockwood visits his landlord twice and feels some ghostly appearance at Wuthering Heights. Lockwood asks Nellie, the housekeeper, to tell him about the past of this strange place. Nellie agrees and tells him the story of the Heathcliff's past. Nellie tells him about two families, the Earnshaw family and the Linton family. Mr. Earnshaw was the owner of the Wuthering Heights. He had two kids, son Henley and daughter Catherine. He had adopted a third kid, Heathcliff. Henley is jealous of Heathcliff because Earnshaw and Catherine gave all their love to Heathcliff. Earnshaw sends Henley to a far-away college. Catherine and Heathcliff come closer to each other. After Earnshaw's death, Henley comes back with his new wife, Frances, and starts treating Heathcliff very cruelly, reducing him to the status of a servant. Henley's wife dies giving birth to a child, Hareton. Now Henley spends time drinking, gambling and abusing Heathcliff. On the other hand, the Lintons living in the Thrushcross Grange are a royal family with a son Edgar and a daughter Isabella. Heathcliff and Catherine start taking interest in the Lintons. Catherine started coming closer to Edgar, who is wealthy and handsome, though her interest in Heathcliff is still intact. Heathcliff overhears Catherine telling Nellie that she cannot marry Heathcliff. Heathcliff leaves Wuthering Heights and comes back after 3 years, but now rich, angry and revengeful. In the meantime, Catherine has to marry Edgar. After Heathcliff's return, Catherine is excited to see him. Henley welcomes Heathcliff because of his wealth. Catherine meets Heathcliff and tells him that Isabella, Edgar's sister, has a liking for him, though still there is no love lost between them. Looking at the advances between Heathcliff and Catherine, Edgar asks Catherine to choose between him and Heathcliff. Catherine gets upset, closes herself in a room and falls severely ill. In the meantime, Heathcliff elopes with Isabella, marries her and starts treating her very badly. After a few months, Catherine dies, giving birth to a baby girl, Cathy. Soon, Heathcliff's wife Isabella flees to London and gives birth to Heathcliff's son, Linton. Hindley, now used to drinking and gambling, hands over Wuthering Heights to Heathcliff, who subjects Hindley to the same humiliating treatment as done to him. 12 years pass by and Cathy, Catherine's daughter, grows young and beautiful. Edgar calls his nephew Linton, that is Heathcliff's son, from London, but Heathcliff wanted to keep his son with him and that he marries Cathy. After her father Edgar's death, Cathy remains alone and started living with Heathcliff and his son Linton. But soon Linton dies and Heathcliff becomes the sole owner of both the Wuthering Heights and the Thrushcross Grange. This is where the story stands at the present. At this point, Lockwood goes to London, and when he comes back, he sees Hareton and Cathy to have fallen in love. Heathcliff has no objection to this relation as he rejoices to see Hareton, poor and illiterate like him, loving a beautiful girl, Kathy, in whom he saw his Catherine. Heathcliff dies and is buried to the other side of Catherine. Kathy and Hareton marry and move to live in the Thrushcross Grange. And here lies the end of Wuthering Heights.